You fucking haymakered me, man. You came around the bed.
Johnny Depp claimed on the stand that it was not he who was the abuser, but that it was Amber Heard instead. Recent revelations have all but confirmed that Amber, at the very least, had a hand to play in the abuse that was meted out to Johnny and how it affected him. But just what exactly did Amber do to Johnny?
You fucking haymakered me, man. You came around the bed and fucking start punching on me.
Johnny Depp claimed that wife Amber Heard hit him with a haymaker punch the same night someone pooped in his bed, hours after he found out he'd lost a staggering $750 million. Depp has admitted that apparently he lost the $650 million he'd made during his career and owed another $100 million in taxes thanks to alleged mismanagement from his former business managers. But on his wife's 30th birthday in April 2016, he had a bad meeting concerning his former business manager, who he told the court had stolen my money. I had not only lost $650 million, but I was $100 million in the hole because they had not paid the government my taxes for 17 years, Depp told the court. He agreed that he may have smoked cannabis between leaving the very unpleasant and ugly meeting and attending his wife's party at their La Penthouse that night. It's a calming agent for me, Depp told the court of the drug. Depp's lawyer in 2020, David Sherborne, pointed out that a nurse at the party, Erin Borum, made notes calling Depp coherent, sociable and affectionate, while Heard appeared irritable and upset and angry with her husband because he's late. But in the 2020 trial, he insisted Heard was the violent one, pointing to the secret recording she made 3 months later that captured him telling her, "UF, King haymakered me, man." The court was told Heard was furious that her husband had gone to bed to read on her birthday. Under the circumstances of being harangued and forced into some argument or altercation, I didn't think that it was the wrong thing to do, Depp insisted. I thought it was best to remove myself from the argument because it seemed ridiculous to me. The actor was then asked if that was something he did only once during arguments, to which he said, "No sir, quite a lot." It was the same night that Depp previously claimed Heard herself or one of her cohorts had left human feces in his bed, which he said his wife dismissed as a harmless prank. According to him, the defecation episode was the catalyst for his decision to dissolve the marriage. This is telling considering Amber initially did not want to name Depp, but made it incredibly obvious that she was accusing Johnny of abuse. Heard did accuse Depp of domestic violence when she filed for a temporary restraining order against him in 2016. And at that time, she appeared in paparazzi photos and on the cover of People magazine with apparent bruises and lacerations to her face. In bringing the suit against Heard, Depp mounted a case for defamation by implication. The pivotal 12 words in the 2018 op-ed were then 2 years ago. I became a public figure representing domestic abuse.
I fucking go into the bathroom and sit on the floor. Bam, 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 here you come. I come out. Fight, crazy, escalated. I go split again, I go to another fucking bathroom or a bedroom or something. Knock, 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 bang, bang, bang. You kept coming to get me.
This is Johnny admitting to being hit without any rebuttal from Amber on recordings that Amber made. Heard can be heard in other recordings as well, discussing their explosive March 2015 Australia fight that resulted in Depp's right middle finger being severed at the tip. In the audio, Depp is heard saying he wants to remove himself from the situation to de-escalate and escape the fighting, while Heard is heard urging him to stop running away so they can resolve their dispute. In another piece of audio recording, Heard admitted to once having started a physical fight with Depp. "You didn't get punched, you got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you," she told Depp. "I did not deck you. G was hitting you. I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you." She adds in the audio, "I'm not sitting here bitching about it, am I? You are. That's the difference between me and you. You're a G baby. You are such a baby. Grow the F up, Johnny." Depp, who has repeatedly stated under oath that he has never attacked Heard or any other woman, was also questioned about a December 2015 incident in which he reportedly headbutted Heard, causing bruising on her face. He vehemently denied that he purposefully headbutted her, claiming that it was an accident while attempting to restrain her. "I was trying to restrain Ms. Heard, and once I had restrained her, I would say if she's trying to still move around and kick at me or trying to get loose. Any sort of movement when you're like this, your heads are this close together, it's not impossible for them to bump. But a headbutt, that's pretty extreme definition of that," he said.
"Please, Johnny, don't force me to be something else to you. This is taking me for granted and I can never stop before this turns into something far darker."
During her Today interview with Savannah Guthrie, Amber Heard's feet were held to the fire, especially when it came to audio recordings in which she acknowledged to beating her ex-husband Johnny Depp. Guthrie probed Heard during the interview about her allegations that she was the victim of Depp's violence, citing assertions made by his legal team that the actress initiated the former couple's spats. I never had to instigate it. I responded to it, Heard told the host. When you're living in violence, it becomes normal, as I testified to. You have to adapt. But Guthrie pointed to the audio tapes in which Heard admitted to hitting Depp. Those recordings captured as Heard and Depp discussed their explosive March 2015 Australia fight that resulted in Depp's right middle finger being severed at the tip, were played for the jury in April. Despite what was said, Heard told Guthrie on Today that what was captured in those clips was no evidence of what was happening. They were evidence of a negotiation of how to talk about that with your abuser. Guthrie kept it Heard, though. I'm looking at a transcript where he says, "You start physical fights," and you said, "I did start a physical fight. I can't say I won't start one again." This is in black and white. She countered, "I understand context, but you testified you never started a physical fight, and here you are on tape saying you did." As I testified on the stand, when your life is at risk, not only will you take the blame for things that you shouldn't take the blame for, but when you're in an abusive dynamic, psychologically, emotionally, and physically, you don't have the resources that say you or I do with the luxury of saying, "This is black and white because it's anything but when you're living in it," Heard told the host. The Aquaman star added that the tapes, which she said were first leaked online after being edited, did not share the full story of her encounters with Depp. 20-second clips or the transcripts of them are not representative of the 2 hours or 3 hours that those are excerpted from, she said.
That will make it worse.
No.
I guarantee you it will.
If you're stuck in throwing punches.
I'm not talking about throwing punches. I'm talking about an argument.
Right. In arguments, you tend to throw punches.
Come on, go be a real married man and go deal with your shit the way that a man does. Go run to the next house.
You thought that was the end of it. Amber Heard admits to hitting ex-husband Johnny Depp and pelting him with pots, pans, and vases too. "I left last night. Honestly, I swear to you, because I just couldn't take the idea of more physicality, more physical abuse on each other," and exasperated Depp pleads in the recording. "Because had we continued it, it would have gotten F King bad. And baby, I told you this once. I'm scared to death we are a F King crime scene right now." But Heard, who filed for divorce in May 2016 accusing Depp of beating her during their toxic 18-month marriage, warns, "I can't promise you I won't get physical again. God, I F King sometimes get so mad I lose it." DailyMail.com's exclusive tape recording was made around a year earlier when the caustic marriage was rapidly crumbling. Their heart-to-heart quickly descends into bickering as Heard accuses Depp of taking her for granted, behaving like a vacation husband, and splitting every time they have an argument. Depp complains he's forced to leave when she becomes manic and angry, telling Heard, "I'm not going to be in a physical F King altercation with you. You F King hit me last night." He goes on to add, "I'm not the one who throws pots and whatever the FK else at me." Heard responds, "That's different. That's different. One does not negate the other. That's irrelevant. That's a complete non sequitur. Just because I've thrown pots and pans does not mean you cannot come and knock on my door." So, what do you think about the whole situation? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.